The American-based girl group VCHA has been at the center of mounting whispers, unsettling claims, and sudden exits, and with 2 members now gone, no one knows what's really going on behind the scenes or if the group has a future at all. VCHA was formed by JYPE's USA branch in 2023 through the survival show America to Korea, or A2K, and initially included members Lexi, Camilla, Kendall, Savannah, KG, and Kaye. The idea of seeing a K-pop-inspired multiracial group based in the West was certainly intriguing, and VCHA's debut in September 2023 caused a lot of buzz online. Despite this, the group was already controversial because of Kaye's age, as she was born in November 2009, meaning that she was still only 13 when she debuted. Then things soon started to go wrong, and the first sign that there were problems behind the scenes came in March 2024 when it was announced that Kaye would be taking a hiatus due to an unspecified health condition. With no updates on her condition, a suspicious amount of inactivity from the group's social media accounts, and the announcement that VCHA's performance at Lollapalooza had been cancelled, fans became increasingly worried about the future of the group. For some time, there was no news about the group. Then a huge bombshell came on December 7th, 2024, when KG suddenly announced that she had filed a lawsuit against JYPE and was leaving VCHA, citing mistreatment by staff members. In her shocking statement, she apologized to fans and then explained that she couldn't stand anymore a system that, according to her, encouraged eating disorders and led members to self-harm. She even alleged that on one occasion, an unnamed member tried to take her own life. KG continued by saying that, due to JYPE's system, she had accumulated a massive amount of debt while also being paid very little for intense work with limited time off. However, she acknowledged that this isn't simply an issue with JYPE, saying that these problems are widespread in the K-pop industry and hoped for a change towards a better environment for idols and trainees. KG also stated that she had decided to leave the group in May 2024 and had sued the company as she was still awaiting for her contract termination. JYPE's USA branch soon responded to KG's statement by saying that VCHA's activities were halted when she decided to leave the group in May and claiming that her statements were exaggerated and false. They also argued that KG's statements were hurting the group, adding that they were preparing to release a new album in 2025. KG's accusations toward JYP caused an uproar online, and netizens immediately wanted to know more about what was really going on with VCHA. They didn't have to wait long, as KG claimed to have evidence of the mistreatment the group suffered, and the lawsuit documents detailing the incident soon spread online. Since then, new court documents and public statements have come out, revealing more and more disturbing incidents. According to the lawsuit documents, the VCHA members were pressured by JYPE to maintain extreme thinness and were denied proper meals and encouraged not to eat or rest. In an alleged instance of mistreatment described in the lawsuit, KG was apparently told to repeat the same dance move hundreds of times, and despite being in severe pain, she was denied a water break. The extreme exhaustion caused KG to tear a tendon in her shoulder, but she was still forced to continue her workout and was expected to return to full training after a quick treatment. Another similar incident instead happened when KG developed laryngitis and was still expected to sing, with staff members scolding her and telling her that she was disrespecting the company by getting sick. The lawsuit actually alleges that these kinds of incidents were quite common, and the members were often forced to dance and perform despite suffering from physical injuries such as sprained ankles and muscle strains, ignoring the advice of doctors. KG even provided the screenshot of a text message in which a staff member apparently disregarded her health issues. That's not all, as JYPE also allegedly kept the members under strict surveillance by using hidden cameras and secretly recorded their conversations. Meanwhile, the members also had to endure constant emotional and verbal mistreatment, and they were allegedly often publicly insulted and humiliated by the staff. The lawsuit also contained details of JYPE's instructions on how the members should behave, as they were apparently assigned a predetermined personality, while everything they said and posted had to be approved by the company, and they had no control over their own appearance. In April 2025, KG provided new evidence of the mistreatment she received, revealing even more worrying incidents. She actually shared the entire document she submitted to the court, which includes several pictures and screenshots, as well as more details on what allegedly happened behind the scenes. In this document, KG claimed that several members of VCHA sustained injuries while training in South Korea in September 2023, but they were still forced to continue to dance, only receiving treatment days later, and provided photos that show her in the hospital and with the signs of having received an injection, along with receipts from the visit. KG then claimed that in November 2023, she injured her leg and had to receive more injections, but once again was denied any time off despite the doctor warning her that her muscles were damaged. Again, she provided evidence of the injections on her leg, along with a screenshot of herself dancing the following day. Things only kept getting worse as KG continued to suffer injuries injuries and was still forced to work more than 60 hours per week, while the members were told that they were lazy if they didn't practice basically all day, every day. In the document, KG also added more details on how JYPE controlled every aspect of the members' lives, including their diet, and used emotional manipulation to exert even more control over them. She also detailed how the company didn't even allow the members to see their family without prior approval, and even when they had a day off, they had to tell JYPE what they were planning to do and get approval. KG also included photographic evidence of the hidden cameras installed to control the members. All these issues caused the members to suffer from serious mental health issues, and the court documents include numerous screenshots of messages in which they discussed how exhausted they were, with some stating that they were thinking about leaving the group. By October 2023, KG had noticed that one of the members was showing troubling signs of binge eating, vomiting, and self-harm, and she became deeply concerned. However, the staff reassured that her fellow member was simply ill. Over the following months, KG also became aware of the massive debt she had accumulated, which had grown to over $500,000 in April 2024. KG claims that by May 2024, her mental health had deteriorated to the point that she was missing school. She then held a Zoom meeting with the other members and some of their parents, explaining the mistreatment they received and announcing that she was leaving the group. However, when she told JYPE that she was leaving, the company threatened her, so she decided to sue. While all of this is awful, the lawsuit also details another extremely disturbing incident. The lawsuit states that one member's mental health was so badly affected by the actions of JYPE staff that she developed a serious eating disorder, and her condition deteriorated to the point that she attempted to take her own life. This incident apparently took place in February 2024, with the member swallowing several pills to end it all and then vomiting uncontrollably. According to KG's legal team, the other VCHA members had expressed their concerns to the staff for months, but were told that eating disorders were normal in the K-pop industry. Following the incident, the VCHA members were told to lie about the member's disappearance, writing it off as food poisoning. The JYPE staff apparently also lied to the individual tasked to make sure that the company was following child labor laws and didn't disclose what really happened. Due to the timeline of these events, netizens immediately began speculating that the member who tried to take her own life was Kaye, who suddenly went on hiatus in March 2024. However, there's no confirmation that this is the case, and these are just rumors and assumptions made by netizens. Meanwhile, VCHA remained in hiatus with no news about their future, and the lawsuit is still ongoing to this day. After more than a year of silence, Kaye surprisingly reappeared in July 2025, opening an Instagram account and sharing a few posts. Fans of VCHA were initially ecstatic about this news, with some saying that they were starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel and maybe the group was about to return. However, she soon dropped another bombshell by announcing on July 11th that she was officially leaving VCHA and JYPE. She's still just 15 years old, so now many wish that she could find another way to fulfill her dreams, and most netizens are actually happy that she can go on with a different path. Despite this, fans are still worried about her, and most people think that she just should have never debuted, as she was definitely too young. Others believe that the fact that Kaye has left the group is a confirmation that she was the one who tried to take her own life, although there's still no proof that this is the case. Nevertheless, many are now wondering what will happen to VCHA. The group still technically has 4 members, but just a few weeks ago, JYP quietly removed VCHA from their official artist lineup. There's actually no mention of VCHA at all in the latest JYPE report, as the group isn't even listed in the infographic on the company's history, which suggests that they're trying to cancel their existence entirely. While there hasn't been any official announcement, this basically proves that VCHA is effectively disbanded, and JYPE has no intention of continuing with the group after all that happened. However, this doesn't mean that there's no future for the remaining 4 members of VCHA. Some netizens think that JYPE will try to revamp VCHA into a new group, mixing the former members with other trainees, but at this point, it's unknown what will actually happen. Some of the members have been spotted in Los Angeles, which might be a sign that they're now free from JYPE. Also, the fact that they're still sticking together might suggest that they could be preparing some new project independently of their company, or maybe even a joint lawsuit. In fact, many fans think that the members are better off leaving JYPE, and the company should just make an official announcement on the group's disbandment. In any case, it seems like the story of VCHA as a full group under JYPE is now over, and the girls are free from what they allegedly went through.